There has been yet another flare-up in the South China Sea. The Philippines has accused China of illegally seizing food and medicine which was airdropped to a Filipino outpost. The incident took place at Second Thomas Shoal in the Spratly Islands. The area, which has become a flashpoint between the Philippines and China, Filipino troops are garrisoned here on a grounded Navy vessel to assert Manila's claims to the waters. But it does not sit right with China. There have been a series of confrontations between the two countries in this area, often during Philippine resupply missions to Second Thomas Shoal. Something similar happened this time as well. A package containing food and medicine was reportedly airdropped at the outpost. It was meant for Filipino troops, but according to the Philippine military, two Chinese boats allegedly came within 10 meters of the Filipino vessel and seized the package. The military has accused China of aggressive and unprovoked interference. After seizing the package, Chinese personnel on board the boats reportedly dumped the items in water. What did China have to say to that? It hit back at the Philippines, insisting that the Sierra Madre was illegally grounded on the reef. It also urged Manila to stop making trouble. Listen to this for yourself.
With regard to the situation on Renai Reef, China has repeatedly stated our position. I would like to emphasize that on the Renai Reef issue, the Philippine side is the party that has continuously infringed upon, provoked and intensified the conflict. We ask the Philippine side not to renege on its word and not to create trouble.
You see, Philippine resupply missions are usually carried out via sea. And the reason the Philippines turned to airdropping supply packages was to avoid harassment from China. But that too seems to have failed now. Earlier in March, there was another incident, by the way. Manila had called it the most serious incident yet. What happened exactly? A Chinese Coast Guard vessel collided with its Philippine counterpart. Footage showed the Chinese vessel went on to shadow the Philippine ship. The Philippine Coast Guard vessel suffered some structural damage, but the Chinese were far from done. Around an hour later, they attacked a Philippine supply vessel. It was blocked and harassed by the Chinese Coast Guard and the Chinese Maritime Militia. The boat was then water cannoned. Its windshield was shattered, its crew was injured. The Philippines South China Sea Task Force claims a top admiral was on board this vessel when it was attacked by the Chinese Coast Guard, and he was unharmed. The Philippines said the Chinese vessel sailed towards its boat. It made dangerous maneuvers, and that led to the collision. But the Chinese Coast Guard claimed it was only taking what it calls control measures against illegal intrusion by the Philippine ships. But how was the Philippines intruding? Second Thomas Shoal, you see, is about 200 kilometers from the western Philippine island of Palawan. It is over 1,000 kilometers from China's nearest major landmass, which is the Henan Island. And yet, China lays claims to the reefs, as it does for almost the entire South China Sea. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.